What's going on, people? Welcome to the player ratings. I don't know why I sound so enthusiastic. I am hurting inside. Palace 0, Spurs 4. We're going to be talking about the individual performances from the game. As always, if you do enjoy the content, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to not miss out on future Palace content. Let's grow the channel as big as we can. And as always, leave down your comments in the section down below, letting us know your player ratings, whether you agree or disagree with us. Patrick, 4-0. It hurts. We talked about the match reaction, but let's talk about some of the individuals that led us to this result, because at the end of the day, it's up to the players. You know, that's how we conceded the 4 goals, and that's the reason why we didn't score. And let's start off with the goalkeeper that had 4 going past him, Vicente Guaita. You gave him a 5. I gave him a 4. The reason why I gave him a 4 is probably because we're letting 4 goals. There wasn't much, he made that save to not make it 5-0, but when you're letting 4 goals, it's still... I can't give him higher than 4 for me, anyways. But it wasn't really. I have to watch it back, but I don't think any of the goals was made majorly his mistake. I think it's more down to the players.
I think the first goal was his mistake. He just. I mean, I know he jumped over. Kane jumped over Schlupp and Ward, but Guaita kind of fed into the goal. I mean, it wasn't. He's not great on crosses on his best day, but today he wasn't good on that cross. The distribution was poor. Couple of balls straight into touch.
Yeah, distribution is not. Yeah,
he wasn't good today. And I like to give him, praise when he deserves it, but today he wasn't good.
Yeah, he wasn't. Nathaniel Klein at right back, we both gave him a 5. I don't think it was a horrible performance from him, but it's average. And when you get an average performance from, we'll talk about other fullback as well. And the first goal was down his side. To be fair, it was a cross coming into the box down his side. Yeah, Perisic. If we're talking about first half, he tried to get involved a few times with Olise. Still nothing majorly happened. Down the right hand side is a pretty average performance from Nathaniel Klein. Both gave him a 5. For the centre halves, Joachim Andersen, let's start with him. I think he was the main positive. Well, one of the positives from today. I gave him a 6, Patrick. The reason why I gave him a 6 is didn't look out of place, even in second half. I guess I have to watch the goals back, especially. I remember the first goal, the second goal.
Don't do it.
Exactly. But I don't remember him majorly being involved. Well, of course he was involved with the goals conceded because he's a defender. But I don't think it was his fault. If we're talking about the goals conceded, I don't think he was that bad today. I think he's one of the better players, despite conceding 4 goals. It's crazy to say. I think he's one of the better players out of the other defenders, if we could talk about the first half and the second half.
It's not close. He was by far the best of the 4 defenders. Is by far the best. Remember, I mean, this is a ratings on the entire match. Remember the first half, our centre half, who's right-footed, gets the ball edge of the box, cuts in, right foot, left foot, hits the ball, almost scores a left-footed shot from 25 yards out. I mean, seriously. I mean, the guy had like 16 passes into the final third, won 2 out of 3 tackles, and 2 clearances. He was fine today. I don't even remember. Again, honestly, I watched the game. I'm not watching it back. You could do it if you want to. I don't remember him being part of any of those goals. So for me, Anderson deserved the highest rating of that back 4, and it's not close.
Yeah. Another centre half to talk about is Mark Gahey. This one hurts. You give him a 4.5. I give him a 4. He had a very good first half. I was thinking, leaving that first half, I was like, Mark Gahey walking into the dressing room, he's got Harry Kane in one of his pockets. Like, that's the type of half he was. He had Harry Kane on lock. But in the second half, it just fell through. And I think for the 4th goal, I believe
the ball over the sun
as well. Exactly. Yeah. He was lost with that as well. But look, game of 2 halves, and I think in terms of performances, I think Mark Gahey pretty much sums it up. First half, Palace, very good. Second half, nowhere near the levels.
Yeah, it's weird because he actually had a very good first half. His passing over the entire match was 90%. He was good, and all of a sudden he just fell apart. The whole defense. And the thing is on those Kane goals is that where were Gahey and Anderson? I don't understand why Kane was being marked by Ward and then at some point Schlupp. Should not centre half. He might be marking the best striker in all of the Premier League. But anyway, whatever. Let's move on.
We don't do deep analysis before we do player ratings. Yeah. We have other shows for that. So So yeah,
Right.
based on what we've seen so far, it's a very good point. It's a very good point. But let us know what you guys think as well. Maybe Anderson, are we rating him too nicely? Was he involved in more mistakes? Maybe we didn't spot. Let us know in the comment section down below. Final player in the defense, Joe Ward. 4 for you, 3 for me. That second half, he was a victim. That second half. But first half, he wasn't too bad. But saying that second half, that's why I gave him a 3. You gave him a 4. I gave him a 3. He was a target. He's going to be a target as he continues to play. It's not purely his fault because I don't think he's a starting left back, let alone a starting right back. That's his main position. And, you know, he's not the youngest player. He hasn't got the legs for it. And teams will target him. And it was a case of that as well. And when you look at the first goal, how it all started, it was down to him and Jeffrey Schlupp.
Yeah, listen, you know, you say he's not a left back. He did a good job against Bournemouth. He's forced to play because Mitchell's got on the red card suspension. And first half, he was fine. The funny thing is, the first half, I really thought that Spurs targeted him and Wolf was helping him a lot. And second half, I mean, we tried Rich on for Eagle Eye Football during the post-match reaction, and he even said it. He was there. He said second half, Wolf didn't help him at all. So you can't leave Joe Ward exposed on that side by himself to defend. It's not going to work.
But saying that, I feel like Wilf throughout the game, we'll talk about Wilf later on. Actually, let's keep this. We'll talk about Wilf later on. But look, it's a fair observation. I feel like Wilf still was very good defensively. He can't just hold Joe Ward's hand. Like, he can't do that.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that.
Saying that, by the way, saying that. I said that he had a good first half. Saying that.
Right. No,
even in the first half, maybe you didn't see it on the TV, but he was out of position a few times, and Wilf was just looking at him like, get back, and Wilf had to track back for him. Like, I don't know why he was just lost. Right. He was right hand side of the pitch while I was playing left back, and there were times where Spurs were trying to target him, but luckily Wilf was there.
They were smart. They targeted a weak link, and eventually it was going to pay off, and it did second half. First half was fine. Second half was poor. I gave him 1 point for every goal he conceded, so that's why I gave him a 4.
Fair enough. Jake Decore moving on to the midfield. You gave him a 7. I gave him a 6.5. Look, I know we lost 4-0, but this guy, he really held it down. And he needs help. Like, everyone that's associated with this football club, from probably the manager to the owners, surely they can see it. He needs help. He is the only reliable midfielder that we got at this club. And the fact that I'm giving him a 6.5 and a 7 after 4-0 defeat just shows it. Like, there's only so much that he can do, and he's doing a very good job. But imagine Decore next to another half-decent midfielder. He will only get better for me because he has the support. If he has the support, he only gets better for me. But look, he is growing, Palace. He's growing ever since he first joined the club. I remember he couldn't play 90 minutes. He was struggling. He was getting yellow cards. But now he's playing against quality opposition in Tottenham, and he didn't look out of place. I know we lost 4-0, but it wasn't really his fault.
No, I can't blame him for anything. You know, what I love about him is that he drives the ball forward. I'm looking at the stats now. He actually had 4 shots on goal, which I didn't realize. And he had 3 chances created. He's supposed to be a defensive midfielder. And we're going to get to Jeffrey Schlupp in a minute. And Schlupp had a good first half, terrible second half. But in that first half, it's so funny is that the way Decore drives the ball forward and passes forward, and then Jeffrey Schlupp drives the ball backwards and passes backwards. It's like they're opposites. You know, it's just really weird. We've got to get someone in, like you just said it, get someone in that can complement Decore. He cannot be in a one-man midfield by himself. It's not fair. You know, it's just not going to work. And we were exposed second half. I mean, you know, not because of Decore, but because the person we'll talk about now, he didn't have a good second half.
Let's talk about him. Jeffrey Schlupp. Brett gave him a 3. Could have been lower. I think what annoyed me the most, I think what summed up his performance the most was that last minute when he was on the pitch. He gave away the ball. He just didn't track back, and then he got subbed off. And that pretty much sums up his second half. Look, Patrick, you say he had a decent first half. I don't know whether to... It was 0-0, but he still didn't it's not 0-0 and Jeffrey Schlupp had a good half. He didn't really do much in the first half.
Did I say good or did I say it was okay? If I say good, I'll take it back.
I thought he had a very average first half. Yeah, I think Decore took the baton, and the second half he got exposed. That's pretty much it. He's not good to start. He's not good enough. He's not good enough to start in midfield in the Premier League.
Let's just move on, man. You know what? I'm actually really tired of the Jeffrey Schlupp discussion because we're on the same page. I don't like to go over the top as you do, but we're on the same page, man. Let's move on. All right, who's next?
But do you
you're right.
think? Okay, just quickly before we move on, I have to ask this
Sure.
question. Do you think
Go ahead.
after how it all happened, after him shrugging his shoulders and losing a ball like that, do you think now is the time Vieira will drop him? Do you think this is the game after this game, based on attitude as well?
I don't think you drop someone based again attitude thing. I don't remember the drop shoulder. You were there. I didn't see that. If it's an attitude problem, yeah, it should be dropped. If I was manager, I want to drop someone because of that. I would drop him because he had one bad half. Again, having said that, point, man, let's try Hughes. But if he doesn't work out, bruv, what's next? All you Hughes people,
Exactly.
that's great.
That's what
Give him a chance. I'm all for it. I'm not being sarcastic. Give him a chance. I'm not kidding. Southampton, definitely, because it's a cup game. And even after that, I don't care we play next forward to the schedule. I don't care we play this United, whoever, Chelsea. I guess it's Chelsea. Put him in there. But if it doesn't work out for Hughes, bruv, it's not looking good. Seriously.
Yes, it isn't looking good. That's why we need the investment. That's why we need the investment. We just don't.
Can we not do that in the rating? No, don't we did that in every other show?
Let's move on. Yeah, exactly. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next player. Eze, 5.5, 5 from me.
Probably a 5
average
for
game.
me now. Yeah,
average game. There isn't really.
He was involved the first half, but second half he disappeared. He was involved in the first half. I mean, he could have even got a penalty on that when Skip fouled him or knocked him down or whatever. But no, first half he was very much involved. You know what I noticed about him though, D? Why is he so far on the left-hand side in the first half? You notice that? He was very much
I think that's tactical. I think that's tactical, trying to
help
outnumber Spurs. Yeah, help out and also trying to get that extra number, trying to outnumber Spurs in certain areas of the pitch rather than staying centrally.
But I know he's very much on the left side in the first half. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
got you.
Yeah,
right,
I think
thanks.
he tried to find a space really. That's why I think that was the case. Moving on to the wide plays. Zaha, you gave him a 6, I gave him a 5.5.
Nah, probably
I don't think he done much going forward. At times he could have done a bit better, especially in the second half. But he had some good moments.
He's fouled a lot though. I don't think Oliver gave him any protection at all.
He was outnumbered a lot. But the reason why I'm giving him a 5.5 is when we talk about attitude.
3 times.
Based on what I've seen today, I know people talk about his attacking performance, but I don't think his attitude is like he seemed frustrated, but he's still putting work for not throughout the 9 minutes. He did slightly go off it towards the end.
He looked injured. I think they were saying on the broadcast he might have been injured.
Well, he was getting kicked a lot. He was getting kicked a lot, and
that was
happening.
My point. So
yeah, nothing's happening.
Well,
look, he tried to do his defensive duties. I saw it at the stadium. He was involved like that. In the second half, well, Will's done as a team, so I can't really blame Will about it. And he was getting outnumbered as well, and that goes down to if we had a left back that can do the overlap and that could use his left foot and that could actually be a threat, it won't be as easy as it is right now in terms of targeting Wilf. It gets easier when you have just Wilf by himself and no support. So yeah, that's my assessment on Wilf for this game, anyways. Let's move on to the next player. Olise, 6 from you, 5 from me. Wasn't that much. He didn't really have end product. He had a few shots here and there. There isn't really much to add. I don't know. Like he had an average performance. Second half, he ran past a few players. That was a positive. But look, I can't give him a higher than 5. I don't know. Don't know why. I don't know why I would. Did he create any chances, major chances? I remember we're going to talk about Jordan Ayew in just a second.
He created 2 apparently. I don't remember. He created 2 chances.
Yeah,
apparently.
I don't remember them myself. So the stats say he created 2. Maybe we're missing out on him. But
I
give him a 5.5. But
first half, there was a cross that he put into Wilf that we got a corner from. Remember, back post cross, and we won a corner because I remember that one from the right side, cuts inside, makes a nice cross to the back post. Wilf almost gets there, but I think Doherty knocked it out for a corner kick. So that was probably one of them. The other one I don't remember. Yes, he was open for that pass with Jordan Ayew. Would he have scored? Who knows? Wilf yelled at him to pass. Olise had his hand up like that. But that aside, it was a very quiet game for Olise for me.
Yeah. Jordan Ayew, talking about him now, final player of the starting 11. You gave him a 5, I gave him a 4. Look, Patrick, it's not a surprise that we had chances and he was involved and he didn't really finish what was on his plate. You could have gave the ball to Olise or maybe he could have had a better shot. Right. But other than that, I don't think he had a particularly bad game. I don't know what we expect from Jordan Ayew as a fan base. Right. I honestly don't. I don't think he's ever going to score. Even though he scored against Bournemouth, I don't think he's ever going to score goals for us like that because he's never being that guy or get assists. And that pretty much sums it up. We got a striker that can't score. It's like, what do you expect? It's called a striker, but what are you striking? Like, it doesn't
this
make any sense.
wasn't about him. Yes, I will say this: had he scored that goal, different game. But it's not about Jordan Ayew today. It's not. It's about a poor defensive play, players giving up, the quality of Spurs versus the quality that we have. Us not having anything to match them at all. But Ayew, yes, probably shouldn't be our starting striker. Good. I get why he started today. I don't care anybody says you can't bench him after scoring against Bournemouth. But having said that, he had a chance to score, didn't. I'm not shocked like you. For him to score surprised me more than him not scoring. If that makes any sense to you. You know what I mean? So, but listen, it's not about Jordan Ayew. I'm not scapegoating him for today's game. It's not his fault we lost this game today. There were much worse people out on that pitch today than Jordan Ayew.
Exactly, and we spoke about them. In terms of the subs, Patrick, do you wanna just run through them? Is there anything really to mention? There's Edward. We both gave him a 4. Maybe at times you could have set Will through, but he's coming back from an injury. We had Mateta also that came on, gave him a 4. Didn't really do much for both of us. And then we had Will Hughes, both gave him a 5.
No,
he looked like in midfield.
I have nothing. Well, okay. Well, Hughes came on, and then who did Hughes come on for? Did he come on for Olise, right?
No, he didn't come on for
Ezra.
Yeah, I think Ezra.
Right, because the first sub was obviously Mateta came on for Schlupp, and they moved Eze into the midfield, right? And they moved Mateta up front.
Yeah.
I mean, we gave Mateta a lot of minutes. 30 minutes. He was much more effective, I thought, against Bournemouth. I just didn't see anything at any of the subs. I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing that I want to get to. It, is that I know most of them came on at either 3 or 4-0, but if you're gonna come on, make a difference. And none of the three. I thought they came on. They didn't do anything. You know what I mean? So I get that we want to start Edward, we want to start Hughes, but if you're gonna be a sub, then get on the pitch and show us why we want you to play. And neither one of them did anything. I'm not saying it was because we lost, because obviously it was the game was over before they came on, but they didn't even affect the game at all. That's frustrating to me. But besides that, I mean, no. I mean, what we gave them as ratings, it is what it is. So
yeah. Look, that's it. That's it for the player ratings. Let us know your player ratings in the comment section down below. 4-0 defeat. We got Southampton coming up, but before then, we'll have previews, transfer shows, and more. So subscribe to Back of the Nest if you haven't already done so. And until next time, up Palace.